All right, welcome everybody joining us right here on Zoom in our little group. And welcome to all of you finding us either on the Bet Aleph app or Facebook, YouTube, wherever you connect. It's always good to have you here. As you can tell from the background, this is Friday, and we are about to start under a minute at this point. And this is the moment where I invite you to find the most comfortable sitting position you can find so that you don't move at all for the remaining duration of our time here together and can concentrate on the practice. So you want to be comfortable. You want your hands to be resting either on your thighs or clasped as you prefer. If you're sitting on a chair, as I am, I invite you to put both feet flat on the ground. And then whether you're sitting on the floor or on a chair, just make sure your back is straight up so it's easier to breathe. That's really the only reason. And also for not slouching over and falling asleep. And then close your eyes. And just simply let awareness find the sensations of the breath. You can either decide to observe the belly rising and falling. My favorite is to actually pay attention to the sensations of the air coming in and out of my nose. Touching the walls of the nostrils. Whichever you prefer, just choose one and don't go back and forth. Just stay with one. The mind is very good at telling us, oh, no. Now this one is better. And then 3 minutes later, no, that one is better. And then you get lost for the whole meditation in this back and forth. All kinds of skillful ways the mind is able to assert itself over the practice. It's very sly and very clever, that mind. It's been doing it for as long as we can remember, so it's got a lot of training. That's why we have to retrain ourselves to really not pay attention too much to whatever the mind is telling us, wanting us to do. Reclaim our freedom from the mind and discover in so doing another way of being, of existing. I think it's Rami Shapiro who in one of his books wrote cleverly as he does, I don't think my thoughts think me. That's kind of an interesting statement to ponder. I don't think my thoughts think me. So let the awareness simply be with the breath and not with the thoughts that are thinking a me into existence. And as you watch the body exhaling, just let it relax and release any tension anywhere. Paying special attention to releasing tension in the belly, and releasing the muscles of the face, dropping the mask we wear for the outside world, as we've been conditioned to do. And as we come together in this virtual meditation hall, I invite you, if you so choose, to draw a breath for Shalom. Letting the body find again the natural rhythm, the natural flow of its own breath. Staying away from the breath in the sense of letting the body breathe exactly how it needs to breathe and not intervening, just observing. If the breath is short, it is short. If it is long, it is long. If it is deep, it is deep. If it is short, if it is shallow, it is shallow. If it is anything in between, it is anything in between. It's just what is. And we don't need it to be any different than it is. In fact, however it is for you right now, be curious to see as the meditation and the practice progresses how it might change, because it will. It will change when you're distracted by a thought and come back to the breath, and you can notice. It will change if you concentrate deeply and more deeply and just notice. It will change if you are able to relax even more. And just notice. Notice all the phases of the breath. It changes all the time, as everything else does. Hevel Havalim. We find the opening words of Ecclesiastes. Impermanence upon impermanence, says the gatherer. Everything is impermanent. Everything always changes. Everything is Hevel Havalim. Impermanence upon impermanence. So just rest as awareness, aware of the moment that is now, just as it is, with all its sensations and emotions, desires and thoughts, all present, all content within awareness. Don't indulge in the thoughts, just stay with the breath. Let everything be that is here. Don't attach to anything. Don't try or grasp anything. Not a thought, not an emotion, not a desire, not a sensation. Don't grasp onto anything. Let everything float through awareness. None of it is you. Just remain aware. Everything is hevel havalim, impermanent. There is nothing to identify with or be attached to because it's already gone. This idea, that notion, this story, already changing. This thing we think ourselves to be, as Rabbi Shapiro tells us, also changing. Where is the real me? Is the real me the me from yesterday's or the me from tomorrow's? That me has changed so much. Every piece and every part and every idea and every notion and every opinion changing. Is there any point in time that I could stop and say, oh, this is me? Or is this notion of me still an evolving process that has no solidity? Is there an unchangeable me anywhere? Even if we existed in a vacuum without being influenced by the outer world and the outer experiences and the changes in our social life, political life, socio-economic life, even if that wasn't part of the equation, if we ourselves existed in a vacuum, our body is still changing. We well know that we are not physically the same person we were yesterday's. So is there a me anywhere that we can solidly point to and say, this is me? Is there such a thing? Or as Rami Shapiro points, that me only exists in our thoughts, as our thoughts. And if that's the case, then who are we? Who am I? If this me is always changing physically and otherwise, if it can never be solid, then who am I? What is aware of this breath? That is not a thought, because that which is aware of the breath is also aware of the thought. What is aware? Notice that you can't answer this question with a thought because there is something aware of the answer. What is aware of the answer? So just remain aware. And gently we let go of our practice, of our inquiry. And taking a couple of deeper breaths, perhaps, to help us with the transition out of our meditation. And letting the body stretch if it needs to do so. It says in our tradition that we are given an extra soul on Shabbat. I don't think that there is an extra soul that is added to our being, but I believe that because of Shabbat being a retreat every week, a meditative retreat, that we are given the opportunity to access deeper levels of consciousness on meditation retreats, to continue wrestling with this question that we inquired into, and maybe find the no answer waiting for us. I invite you to do so this Shabbat. For now, we'll close with our Shalom chant as we dedicate our practice to all beings. May all beings remember their true nature. Moderni. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
everybody.
Shalom.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
See you
Bye.
Monday. Bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care, everybody.